In that second half, Martin Zubimendi and the two Martins. How about that? The two Martins, yeah, double M's, you know what I'm saying? Martin Zubimendi and Martin Ødegaard absolutely controlled everything. Everything was controlled. I just want to start by saying, I told all of you, revenge settings. That's what we're on today. For that 2-1 at their ground earlier on in December. Revenge settings. We absolutely put these men in a spliff. Aston Villa got put in a spliff. I told you revenge settings, and I also told you we're gonna bring these men right back down to earth. We dragged them, man, all the way back down to earth, brought them back to life, back to reality. We did all of that with Aston Villa because they thought that they was cold. 11 games in a row won. We said, hold on, wait a minute. This is the Emirates. Spin, man. Spinnings. Them man got spun. Yeah? Now look, if you're new around here, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Look, I'll be honest, yeah? That first half was very frustrating. Very frustrating. A few things that I noticed was, for one, we was really struggling without Declan Rice being there because Onana kept on running through into, like, attacking the space, driving, running, and no one was really able to keep up with him. And that's something that we missed with Rice, because Rice is that guy. Whenever people are charging on transition, he's there, covering all the ground. We missed that. I feel like Emery took advantage of that. Because obviously, when they were sitting deep in their struct, they was playing a 4-4-2, they were dropping deep, the struct, the shape, deep. Like, it was cool, yeah. Arsenal, you can have the ball, all of that. And then, for example, people like Conser, like on the front foot, would come out, attack the player, win the ball, and then transition, break, and it was quick. They had a lot of runners. It was at times very tricky to deal with. Notice that. Cool. We had a few chances. You know, obviously, I'd say half chances at best. You know, obviously you had Trossard, his shot, pretty timid. You had Gyökeres, 2 headers. One of them, well, both of them were close. Both of them were very close. One of them showed really good instinct as a striker. It's the type of stuff that we want to see as Arsenal fans. And then someone else had one. It's gone. It's gone. There was another one though. But it might have been Ødegaard, I don't know, but it's gone. Yeah. I feel like obviously Marino and Onana had their little battle throughout the first half. I feel like Onana had the better of the battle, which is quite worrying because it feels like he can face that with many midfielders in the Premier League. And if that's an example of how he kind of deals with that, I don't know how I feel about that. I'll be real. People, let me know how you feel about Marino's performance. I didn't really like it. I'll be honest, but maybe I'm being harsh. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, I felt like Saka had a very quiet first half. I feel like he was, to a degree, kind of non-existent. And then obviously, whenever he was on the ball, it felt kind of timid, kind of poor. He didn't really have that many touches. I don't know, he just wasn't in the game. Now, I could have seen a world where maybe at half-time, maybe, because, you know, maybe you go, we really need to win this game, let's try and do something immediately. I can see a world where maybe you take off Saka and bring on Madueke. But then you don't get what Saka produced right after the half-time. Perfect corner. Right on a sixpence to the number 6, our King of Brazil. Now, obviously, set piece again, ole, all of that stuff. But it was a really good corner. Big up Gabriel. See, and this is what we've been missing from Gabriel, someone who's a constant threat in the box. You could see it, constant threat, and obviously he gets the goal, first goal, which kind of unlocked the doors. Which then leads me on to my next point, yeah? In that second half, Martin Zubimendi And the two Martins. How about that? The two Martins, yeah, double M's, you know what I'm saying? Martin Zubimendi and Martin Ødegaard absolutely controlled everything. Everything was controlled. Everything. Like, everything. Like, there was nothing that they wasn't controlling. Yeah? And the second goal came through both of them. The two Martins linking up. What a ball from Martin Ødegaard. Do you know what, yeah? I said, after the Brighton game, yeah, which I was absolutely destroyed for, yeah? Those that saw the live match reaction I did, I was absolutely destroyed for, yeah? I said, if Martin Ødegaard plays how he played against Brighton going forward, we're going to be A-okay. I was correct. Because, boy, Martin Ødegaard, he was a wizard today. Absolute wizardry today, yeah? Trossard's goal. What a finish. What a finish from Leandro Trossard. Amazing. Perfect. Yeah, and this is why, you know, I really like Trossard, because the one thing that, bearing in mind in this game, he was badding up, what's his, Bogard, badding him up for the whole game, twisting him up. But what I like about Trossard is his shooting technique is legit. With the right and the left. That's what makes him a threat in and around the box. Like, you have to pay attention to him because he's smart as well. He can find that he can take that little touch that gives him that yard of space to get the shot off. Do you know what I'm saying? And it was, what a finish. Do you know what? It was kind of similar to the Jesus goal as well. I mean, Trossard's one was hit with a bit more venom. Jesus one was a bit more technique, you know, a bit more placement. Do you know what I mean? But both very, very good goals. I'll be honest. And at that point, it's 4-0. Well, the game was done from 2-0. In my opinion, the game was from 2-0, the game was done. Especially with the fact that Onana wasn't on the pitch, and then obviously their bench, it wasn't that great. I'll be real, their bench, they didn't have the options that we had. Their bench wasn't that great. But for me, the game was done at 2-0. At 4-0, the game was super done, yeah? Big up Raya, though, because I know in the end you conceded the consolation goal, but before that, there was a really good save that you made that really deserved the clean sheet. But I'll be honest, the players probably saw 8 minutes stoppage time, and it was like mind games. Why 8 minutes mind games? It's 4-0. Like, come on, ref. Like, what we like? Do you know what? Sometimes apply a bit of common sense in it. Like, it's 4-0. Like, Arsenal are not conceding 5 goals in 8 minutes. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. It's just really just not going to happen. It's just not. It's just not going to happen. Like, so just a bit of common sense, because the mind games was mad. Even the mind games on the Trossard goal, where there was like, oh, in the play, Saka was off. Oh, was Saka offside? Oh, no, Saka wasn't offside. Oh, we have to check him, cap it. Do you know what? I don't think I've seen, let me know in the comments, I don't think I've seen that in a very long time, if ever. They're checking 2 offsides in for one goal. I've never seen that before. So, yeah, who knows? But the mind games, it was... But, look, people, Arsenal made a statement today, yeah? And one thing that I think all of us as Arsenal fans can take away is usually this period is where we crumble a bit. I think we've had 5 wins and 1 loss, I believe. Or maybe it might be 4 wins and 1 loss, in it. But other than the Aston Villa at their ground, which now, looking at it, was very unfortunate. And I said that after the game as well, very unfortunate. And we righted the wrongs today, and we reminded not just them, but Manchester City, Chelsea, Liverpool, all them, man, yeah? We are the current kings in the Premier League, yeah, and we're coming for that title, yeah. This is a statement win. Aston Villa, I thought it was going to be I said before, I think it's going to be a close game, hard game, but I want Arsenal to prove me wrong. And guess what? Arsenal proved me wrong. Come on, you Gunners.